This planet, the Earth, is an amazing place. As far as we know, it is the only place in the universe where life exists. Some scientists speculate life exists elsewhere, but no evidence has yet been found. The SETI project has been searching for over 30 years and has not found a single piece of evidence for life. Hello, I am Ed Van Gennep, President of the Museum of Natural Science and History. One reason the Earth is so amazing and can sustain life is the magnetic field that surrounds our Earth, protecting us from solar radiation from the sun. The field deflects much of the sun's radiation, so it does not come through into our atmosphere and destroy plants and animal life due to its harmful rays. Scientists believe the magnetic field is a result of the Earth's core spinning inside the Earth at a different rate than the layers above the core and the mantle. The different rate causes friction between the two materials, which produces electricity and the magnetic field. Scientists measure that this field is decaying, is getting smaller each year. This makes sense. As there is friction between the layers in the Earth, this friction would cause heat. A magnetic field, over the past 150 years, the field has dropped 10%. As we go farther back into the past and assume the rate of slowing has been constant, as scientists do, we find that the magnetic field, the friction, and thus the heat were stronger in the past. Actually, the rate of decay is not even, not steady, but is exponential. Thus, the half-life, the time half of the magnetic field decays, is about 1400 years. Thus, 1400 years ago, the field was twice as strong as it is today. 2800 years ago, it was 4 times as strong, and 4200 years ago, it was 8 times as strong as today. What does this mean for life on our planet? Too strong a field, and there would be no life. This is because the magnetic field is related to electrical currents in the Earth. The more magnetic field means more electrical current. More electrical current means more heat. Too much heat and the Earth's crust would melt and no life would be possible. Going back into the past, as the field was stronger, the Earth was hotter. If the Earth was too old, the field would be really strong and thus the surface too hot. Thus the Earth cannot have evolved over the last 4.5 billion years. In fact, using Sir Horace Lamb's calculations and Michael Faraday's laws of induction, scientists have determined the Earth cannot be more than 10,000 years old. Yes, 10,000, not billions of years old. This date, determined through scientific measurements and calculations, fits better into a creation model, a creation theory of the Earth's origin, rather than the evolutionary model. The Bible indicates God created the universe, and thus the Earth, only about 6,000 years ago. This fits well within that 10,000 year time frame for the maximum age of the Earth. Looking at the evidence, we once again find support for the creation theory in contrast to the evolution theory. We're not going to talk today about the moon's magnetic field, but the moon does have a magnetic field. Yet the moon is smaller, and if it was so old, its magnetic field should have deteriorated completely by now. This little bit provides further evidence that the moon is not old. Likewise, the Earth is not old. This science, these details, are not something you learn in schools, hear about in the news, or read about in magazines. And that's because it doesn't fit an evolutionary model, yet it is measured scientific data. The purpose of the Museum of Natural Science and History, or Nature's World of Wonder, as we're calling it, is to share this kind of science, to show that there is an alternative to the theory of evolution. Show people both sides of the story. Show them the evidence in an easy to understand, exciting, interactive way. And then the visitors can decide for themselves what makes most sense. What do they want to believe? Will you help us? Will you help us share the science? Will you help us build the museum, the Science Center? Only by building it can visitors come and we can share these truths with them. Then one day, hopefully in 2022, when the Science Center opens, you will be able to say, wow, I was part of building Nature's World of Wonder.